come back as an adult, it's more for the education of it, the understanding of what it actually does to my body, what eating after a certain time actually does, how I eat something and I feel a certain way. So the knowledge is a little bit different. Once you start it, you do it just because you know that it's a good thing to do. But afterward, and to compare, you don't. You can stop at the market and get them. But they have a lot of nutrients in a very small, compact way. And as we go over our cookbook, we are going to talk to our chef, Chef Smith.
Hey.
So we are going to talk about, before we get into the healthy then, we're going to talk about at least a little bit about your journey getting into health, just the beginning. So, were you raised plant-based?
No.
Okay, so not all. So at what point did you even become introduced into eating healthy?
I would say as far back as I could remember, my mom was a vegetarian, so
Okay.
she didn't eat meat or dairy. I remember us not having real cheese.
Right.
And as far as milk goes, there was a milk back then. I'm dating myself in the 80s. There was called lactate or
Lactose. Yes, it was
Yeah,
a white
lactose,
container
yeah,
and a
yeah.
blue writing.
Yeah.
Yes, I was very excited about
it was
it.
actually good.
Because I was like,
To
oh, I
be
can
honest.
actually drink milk.
Yeah.
Right.
And so I've always kind of been around the vegetarian. We didn't call it vegan back then because
Right.
that term came what?
Oh, yes.
10 years ago?
Yeah, literally about 10 years ago. Because it was either ovo-lacto or lacto-ovo vegetarian.
Yeah.
The ones that ate eggs and the ones that,
Yeah.
that was it. It was just vegetarian. So your mother, from as long as you've known, has been vegetarian.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I never remember her cooking meat or even dairy. So I actually was vegan or
Right.
plant-based.
Right.
So I just always been around the church at home. Now, and I got about 15,
Mm-hmm.
and my parents were not together, so my dad would take people's homes, and
Right.
so they got meat and
Everything.
chicken and stuff, and I'm kind of like, man, that's really good.
Everything, right.
So I would eat some chicken, some hot dogs. It's not like my mom was like I couldn't eat it.
Gotcha.
It's just I was so used to eating vegetarian.
Was there, right.
Yeah. So then 15 got my first job.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm on having a little paycheck.
Of course.
I'm buying beef hot dogs and stuff, putting them in the shade and say, no, don't bring that in the house. But so that's when I
Good,
kind of
yeah.
started to eat.
Okay, so you started then.
Yeah.
Now, 15 eating meat,
Mhm.
going into adulthood.
Mhm.
Was cooking part of that? Did you start loving to cook at that time, or whether meat or not?
The age of about 8.
8.
Yes, I used to watch my mom cook, and so with your kids, you see
Right.
what their interests are, and
Right.
so me at about 7, I was like, how she make this stuff and put it together, and I was interested, and come to find out as I've gotten older, I like to troubleshoot.
Okay,
So
get that. So fixing the recipes.
installing
Okay.
things,
Okay.
putting things together. So of course back then I didn't know, but so she taught me the basics.
The foundations
Flour,
of cooking,
sugar,
right.
salt, teaspoons, cups, and and so from there I just gravitated to it, and
So that's when the love started back then. And it's
Oh,
interesting
yeah.
you said with my sister, same thing, 8 years old, loving, like wanting to cook. Never my passion. So, I love to eat though. His food is great. Love to eat. So after the cooking, so then you were cooking meat at the time.
Yes.
Okay.
No, I didn't really cook meat until I was still doing vegetarian because
your mom was doing
my
vegetarian.
mom didn't eat meat, so
Gotcha. So
I
cooking
didn't really
together.
start cooking meat until I got on my own.
Okay.
So like 19.
So cooking came even before your first job.
Mm-hmm.
So then after all that, the passion for cooking until when did it turn into the health? When did it turn into I'm concerned about my health? Because you said you were eating me, so at some point you stopped.
Yeah.
So when did that happen?
So this is around 2012. So I've been eating since 15 to
2012, right? And yeah, and my journey was about like that.
So now I'm in my 30s.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I don't know, just one day. Well, here's where it all started. My oldest son, Isaiah, he's playing. He's about 10 or 8, and so he pokes my belly.
Of course.
I was offended.
Yes, yeah.
I held it in, but
Right.
I'm like, man, change needs to come. 'Cause,
Right.
Because I was in the army.
Out of the mouth of babes, right?
I was in the army. I was in shape and stuff. So it was
Right.
like, what you doing, dude?
Okay,
But
interesting. So it came from a personal health.
Yeah,
thought.
a
Okay.
lot of that came from when I was still in the army. My dad died. My sister died. I have 6, so I know him died. And so I was, to be honest, I was on a I don't care type of thing.
Gotcha.
So I was eating whatever. I wasn't working out and stuff. So I began to gain weight while I was still in the army.
Okay.
So that kind of led over into I get out. It's 2012, and I'm like, man, a change has to come. I had tried some things
Of course.
before.
Right.
I stopped eating this, which, to be honest, yeah, when you start and stop, that may be good, but you're going right back to the thing that you're trying to stop.
That you're trying to stop. Yes.
You know, and so this time I was like, God, I need to change. You know, I'm walking up steps. I'm getting tired.
Not breathing. Right.
I need to do better. So that sparked it.
And that God factor is very interesting because that's kind of when, as far as the habit that I have with smoking, I said, Father, if you want me to stop, you have to take it.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the only time. You have 1,000 times where you do stop and go back and things like that. But
our last
that,
time.
right, but that,
times.
right, but it's like, listen, I don't have it. I'm not gonna lie to you, Father.
Yeah.
Just take it.
Yeah.
So in 2012, when you said, okay, I'm done. This is what I'm doing. You starting that.
Yeah.
Did that make you deep dive into the cooking aspect, or was it just health?
I was so at this point I'm married with kids.
Okay, married with kids.
And so my wife, she was taking a pass at church.
Okay.
I'm thinking she on this health journey.
Right.
She's changing things, and so I'm kind of looking at her at the side. I'm like, what you doing? I'm still eat my meat.
Right.
Dairy and stuff, and so, but me watching her, that's why influence is
Honey,
so
it is
powerful.
so powerful.
So powerful, because she didn't know that, you know,
That was paying attention, right, that it was actually happening. And it's funny because the pastor once said, he was preaching, by beholding you become changed. And he said that's even more so in a marriage. Because you don't really understand and think about the fact of what you're doing. This person is seeing daily.
Yeah.
Regardless of you saying anything or verbalize, like with our kids.
Yeah.
They see what we do versus what we say. And so that change in her made you notice, which was very interesting.
Yeah, and so she's not eating, drinking regular milk, and she not eating meat, and
Right.
I'm like, listen, me and the kids gonna
Right.
we not about to stop.
Right.
I was horrible support for her, but she helped me without even preaching to me. You know?
Right, which is a blessing. Because you don't, like you said, you don't realize the influence you have without the verbiage. You let God do the rest. You do what you're supposed to do, and you allow God to plant the seeds.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
And so, 2012, about November-ish, I decided to, well, shoot, Ashley, stop eating meat and stuff. Have me started. And so, that was rough. Here's an experience that I had. So, I'm in college. going to University of Memphis, and so I'm down with my classes, and so I'm hungry.
Mm-hmm.
I'm smelling food from the food court,
Right.
Burger King. Now I had said, God, I'm done with
Right. Done. Yes.
I'm done with meat and chicken. Da, da, da. This right here is sealed it, so I get a whole meal, burger,
Right.
fries, drink.
Right.
My family would pick me up.
Mm-hmm.
Ashley would come with the kids.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so selfish. I ain't getting no food for nobody.
Right.
First bite, first 2 bites, I'm like, this don't even taste good.
Right.
I immediately stopped eating red meat.
Really?
And I gave it to my kids. And so.
Wow. This the actual taking the taste of
The
your mouth.
taste, it tasted like some cardboard.
That is pretty
It
cool.
was so
though.
weird, but that's how I stopped red meat first, then the chicken,
Mm-hmm.
then the fish, and the dairy.
Nice. So there was like mine. Yeah. Definitely the opposite from Wisconsin.
So the cooking.
Yes.
All right. So this is the end of 2012. So
Mhm.
we're going into 2013. So come January, remember I haven't housed my cooking like the
The desire. For
Yeah.
it. Right. Yeah.
and so 2013 comes, and so I'm like I want to start like cooking, but now do it in a healthy way.
Nice.
And so yeah, so now I'm trying to figure out how to cook vegan.
Right, because that was your beginning. So even though
Yeah.
you were cooking it, it was still a while when you heard it. So now you're trying to make sure that it's good and healthy,
Yeah,
intentionally. Gotcha.
And it's an art.
It is.
It is an art.
It is. It is.
I have a picture of my first plate, and I was just so excited. Vegan mac and cheese. The plate was a red plate. Nothing spectacular.
Right.
Just, I think I made mac and cheese, a salad, and something else.
Okay.
But I was so proud, like, man, I made some vegan food.
And you tasted.
So from there, and what really took me from me to saying I can do this,
Mm-hmm.
a friend of mine, he's the guy, but he introduced me to my first 4 vegan meal.
Okay.
So
Something he cooked or something you went to?
A restaurant.
Okay, cool.
And so I'm like, all right, you can't trick me with cheese.
Right,
Come
right.
on now, meat and stuff. So, so
Yes.
I had this kind of a fake Big Mac with chili cheese fries.
Okay.
Something greasy.
Simple, right,
and
yeah.
stuff. But you know, I'm familiar with it.
Right.
So I'm like, this tastes kind of good, and and I'm like, this cheese ain't super. I was like, I can do this.
Mm-hmm.
So from that point, it was changing my diet,
Mm-hmm.
and then the passion for cooking came back.
I love that.
And so January come, I told her how to taste test it.
Mm-hmm.
Let my friends and stuff taste my food, and I'm like, hey, this is good. And stuff.
Right.
Now the chicken 2012 compared to that.
Now that is very cool. Yeah.
Different. Not
That
even
is
close.
cool. That is cool.
Because I didn't know.
Right.
It was my
But it was
first
still
time.
good back then, though, because we ate.
Yeah.
So what I know is your palate, of course, is different than
Yeah.
ours. You're like a one person, but yeah, I do remember. Because I think the first time was maybe 2017. I guess mine
Yeah.
was when I tasted.
Mm,
Okay, so
Much
2012, you're
Mhm.
cooking,
yeah.
and which came first, the restaurant or the event?
HSK came first, which sparked
The event.
Yeah.
Okay.
So HSK came in 2013.
The year after.
The healthy event came in 2014.
So you were moving.
Yeah.
Starting, let's do restaurant,
Yeah.
let's do event. Okay.
So the health event came about. I was actually doing meetings to spread the gospel first, and I was like, why don't I infuse it with the health event?
Yes.
And so the health event became an infusion of spreading the gospel,
Nice.
spreading the health message,
Mm-hmm.
mentally, physically, spiritually.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, God, what should I call it?
Right.
He was like, just call it the health event. Nothing fancy.
Right.
It's just a health event.
Right.
And so it started in Memphis. But I only ended up doing 2 there, which I think were the best 2.
Okay. Because
But y'all can prove me wrong tomorrow.
exactly. Tomorrow, what time?
12 p.m. to 6 p.m.
There you go.
Plenty of time to come.
Address.
117 Wholesale Avenue, Huntsville, Alabama.
There you go.
And so, so that was the spark. That was the start. Me changing my health, and I wanted to promote it and teach and share it with others.
Nice. So now you're here and you're doing the health event. Do you have anything that you wanted to see it do in the next couple of years? Is there anything different that you wanted to happen with the health event?
Yes. I wanted to be part of a community event, not just to say that, but to actually have that be accomplished.
And what else?
And God showed me. So the health event 5 happened. And I'm like, God, I want people to come. It's a low turnout and there's no one here. So God, he explained it out how to do it.
Okay.
Now, of course, we had 10 now, and that was 5. We procrastinated.
We do.
But
we
the
do.
future, though, and God told me do many health events in the community where you're teaching. You come back and follow up.
Okay.
Because sometimes when you just come one time and
That's
you
true.
don't come back,
Out of sight, out of mind.
you're not.
Yeah.
But if you come back and you present a challenge,
Nice.
and you come back to see how did y'all do and stuff, and but we can come back,
There you go.
you know.
Yeah.
And
That
so
connection is important.
this build up every month, something is being done. So when the health event comes, you have the community,
And they know and they see.
Yeah.
Because even though people say, like you said, you've been doing it 10 years, with Huntsville being so large, there could be things going on and people have no idea.
Yeah.
So being able to do the mini events is letting you be in different places and getting the information out so they can come to the large one. I think that's an amazing idea.
The things that I haven't done this year.
Well, that's okay.
I decided.
But have it means that you can.
Exactly.
And moving in that direction. So, what are some things that are going to happen tomorrow to let them know about so they can come?
So tomorrow, we're gonna have vegan, plant-based food, health products, natural products. I think we have 2 vendors going on there. So, and just different things involving mental, physical, and spiritual health.
So, when people say, okay, I want to be healthy and I'm not sure where to start, these events are key because you can come and you can get something that you know for your body that you know is going to be plant-based and you're not going to have to worry about the chemicals. You also get something to taste. If you are trying to change your palate and you want to have something new you want to try, these events are great because you have so many different people that you can come around and interact with and see. And not only that, these are the people from your community. All of your vendors are local, correct?
Yeah.
So these are people from your community. Not only do you get to support them, but you get to support them in making your health better and getting more information for you.
Yeah, and so there will also be materials that people can pick up and
Nice. Okay.
take and go. that are on like health,
Mm-hmm.
how to overcome type 2 diabetes,
Nice.
how to just have a overall healthy life. And I think
Mm.
some people think, man, I have this compassion, I have this, and they get overwhelmed and think, how how can it be fixed by starting to do simple, basic
Simple,
things.
small things,
Yeah.
which is very true. Like you said, my mother has fibromyalgia, beta thalassemia, pleurisy, lupus, and one more thing. It's five.
Mm.
And we just happened to, it just so happened, but she got impressed by God to become health plant based in 40 years ago.
Mm.
And the doctor told her after she had done it for 10 years, if you had not changed your diet, you probably wouldn't be here.
Oh wow.
And we didn't even know that she had those ailments when she
Mm.
first started became plant based.
Yeah.
So if you have a desire
Mhm.
and you're saying that these are things that it's just been in the back of your mind that maybe I need to do a healthy change, come tomorrow and get an understanding. You can get information. There are so many people here that you can talk to. And even if you can't cook, there are people that do meal prep.
Mhm.
And they can help you at least get you started. You can do one for maybe a week or two, just to get initially started to say, okay, I can do this. I know what I can do, and or get something to help you on your plant-based journey. But even if it's just for information or just to get an, answer some questions that you've had, definitely come tomorrow. Get the education. Talk to Chef Smith and see the different vendors. It'll give you an idea of how to get started and that it's not hard and it's not expensive. That's a lie that we tell ourselves. Because if we can spend $12 on a pack of cigarettes, you can come and do something better for your health.
Exactly.
So is there anything else you want to talk to them about the event or about HHK?
Yeah, so I think what really sparked me besides me losing weight and stuff, feeling better and seeing my pain size go down and stuff was my dad died mysteriously. Still questions about that, but what I know now, I didn't know back then.
Mm-hmm.
I had a sister who had lupus, the one that died,
Okay.
and if I would have knew what I
New
know
gene.
now,
Gotcha.
I could have helped her,
Gotcha.
you know. And so I've seen many people die in my family from ailments that could have been reversed.
Right. So information they didn't have.
And
That's
so
why it's so important.
yeah, so that sparked HHK and doing a health event, especially when it was so close
Definitely.
to home, you know.
Wait a minute. You said that you lost how much weight?
Oh yeah, I didn't talk about that.
Yeah.
I lost 60 plus pounds in
Yes.
6 months.
And okay, so that
Strictly diet.
okay, so that was when was that? What time frame was
This
that? When
was when I first started at the end of 2012.
Okay.
Which I started about
After the baby.
November.
Okay.
About November 2012, 6 months from then.
So your thought process then was not only healthy, like, okay, I'm going to be healthy and I'm going to lose this.
Oh yeah.
Really?
And to permanently keep it up.
Okay, yeah, because I
Which
didn't,
I've
I never,
done.
right, because I didn't
Yeah.
see you that way. So when you started, what was that, I guess, what was that like? Because,
Motivation, man.
no, because we know your diet before.
Telling
So
you.
was the diet, was it like a strict, like something you would eat every day?
Oh,
or you
so,
just changed?
I didn't speak on that. So
Yeah.
I started with a fruit fast,
Okay,
which is not easy,
okay.
especially when you don't have an array of fruits.
Got so you're like, yeah, oranges
A
and
brother was
right. Okay.
So I had
But it was
the
tight.
exotic fruits were grapes,
Okay.
pineapples.
Right.
I had oranges, apples, and so it ain't
And how
like I had a
long?
box a week, a whole week.
A week, 7 days.
So
Nothing but fruit.
So I got paid back from my family and Ashley because they up here
Eating.
eating. And
Eating
I'm up
wonderfulness,
here,
right.
and I'm eating an apple. Man, I wish I could eat. That was the hardest
Oh,
fast
that
I've
would be
ever
hard.
done. It was stereo. Day 2, I was like, Lord, I just want to chew some other than fruit.
And you would think in your mind like eating sweets would be great, but I guess consistently, and then being around aromas of other food.
Exactly.
Oh my God,
I had
that's
to
discipline.
pray. I had
No,
to
that's
pray.
discipline.
I had to pray a lot. I was like, Lord, I want to eat something so bad. But after the 3rd day, I had the strength to keep
To continue,
on.
okay.
Yeah. And from there, I lost 15 pounds.
Wow.
And then a week after that, I did a juice.
I think seeing it is the motivation.
Yeah.
Because seeing that first drop, you're like, oh, okay, I'm Gucci. I can do this. Yeah. That's kind of cool. The first 2 days, I can see that being a little traumatic. But after you see that number change.
Yeah. You're like, okay, I'm going to keep.
That's right.
When I checked my weight from the first weekend, I was like, oh, it's 15 pounds? Okay. That just gave me
it's done. Yeah.
And so the juice fast, which was easier. And
really?
Yes, it
Why
was
was
much
the juice easier?
Maybe I was probably getting more nutrients and stuff.
Gotcha. Okay, I can see that. Yeah.
Not so much fiber, but I'm getting more nutrients.
More nutrients and all. Well, that's true because if you're blending all of that, that's a lot. Because I did do a juice fast before. That's true.
And so I lost 10 pounds. So here I lost 25.
Like, hey, are we good?
I'm like, man, I was a 40, I'm a 38 now.
You feeling yourself. Right.
And so that just fuels me to keep on going.
Nice, okay.
Now, I do want people to know it's not perfect.
Maybe.
Like, people might think, oh, 2012, now it's 2025. It's not like I've been perfect all the way through. Like, I haven't gained a few pounds back.
Right.
I haven't slipped up in a little dairy.
Right.
I can't. I gotta be prepared. In between that time, my blood pressure got extremely high.
Really?
I was 180, 190 on a consistent basis. So back in 2019, I just had this thought: go to the doctor. And so me being a veteran, I have free health care. So it's like,
why you not going?
Come on now.
Right. You're not going, right.
So I went. I didn't feel no type of pain. I didn't think, And so they were like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I feel good."
Right.
They was extremely concerned.
Oh, wow.
And they told me like, your blood pressure 195 over. I forget the other number.
But still, 195 over anything, honey.
Yes.
Right.
And they were like,
you okay?
Let's check your blood.
Right. Let's do all of the stuff. Yeah.
Me, I'm feeling like there's, and that's the thing about how blood pressure, you won't feel.
They do say the silent killer. You don't believe that, but it is because you're up there and like you said, you're feeling fine. If you had not listened to the Holy Spirit, you'd have been different.
And so I think I was extremely stressed.
Definitely.
During that period. And so I was like, all right, I'm gonna do better. Somewhat. Right. And but when it finally started to go down, I literally felt a change. So the doctors told me in the military that I have a big heart. Literally, I do have a big heart.
Yeah.
But they said that I have a big heart, so my heart beats kind of heavy. And so with my blood pressure being that high,
it's making it work.
I could literally, I could see it through my shirt. Like my heart is
And imagine if your diet was different.
Oh man.
Imagine.
I probably would not be.
Imagine just your diet. Imagine that.
I seriously thank God.
You don't even know.
I still could have had a stroke, a heart attack, being that high, and I don't know how long.
Exactly. It was that high. That was just when the Holy Spirit was like, listen, we don't have no more time. I need you to go.
Yeah. So one day, and I'm going to say this too, I'm not for medicine. I'm for doing natural. But when you're at a critical point,
Yes.
you should take,
Yes.
take the medicine. You know,
Yes.
if there's trauma, if your fingers gone, listen, take
You need
the
to right at
medicine.
least get you back to where you can do natural.
No.
If you're here and you in
Yeah.
pool of blood and you are trying, and they're saying you can't even get to where you can get to natural medicine. Let's get you here. And I'm glad you said that because that is huge.
There's no herbs that's gonna heal the.
You need to get
broke finger and broke arm. You know what I'm saying?
There is a time, and me and my niece go through Clubhouse. There's a time and place. There are a wonder, and there are wonderful people that have medicine. Get you a natural doctor. All of those things are wonderful. But please don't be disillusioned and not do anything.
Oh yeah, and be balanced in everything.
Yes. And you know, it's funny, be balanced.
Yeah. And so, even though they say, hey, that was how, I'm like, no, I'm going to do it the natural way. And it was still high.
It was, but also, not saying your case, but in the case, sometimes we don't do all that it takes to go back to do it in natural. Because with blood pressures and any other different ailments, it's going to take more.
Oh, yeah.
And a different kind of effort to get back trying to do it natural. And if you know that your body is not that disciplined, get your medicine and then go back and do natural. Because you know it's like, okay, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, so then I go back to the doctor and they're like, Mrs. Smith, come on now. And I'm like, I'm going to be honest, I didn't take no medicine.
Right, and just ain't right. I'm here. This is where we at.
Right.
Oh, after the 190.
A month.
After the 190.
Now, at his point, is at 170.
Okay.
And so I'm kind of
thinking. It's still, I'm better. I'm good.
Yeah, but no, I'm still in the danger zone.
Yes.
So they got on me, and I accepted it because I'm like, all right, I need to get this heavily, not just no medicine. We can't be fanatical, you know what I'm saying?
You still have to do what's good for your body, decent in order in your body.
Yeah. And so I said, all right, I'm going to take it. And I was like, come on now, you too young to be going through this. And so I started taking medicine. I kid you not, the third day, fourth day, I literally felt my heart be quiet.
That's crazy.
Yes,
That's crazy.
I took it maybe 20, 30 minutes the third day, because it say it takes 3 days for something
to get in your system. Yeah, I've always heard that.
And so imagine this, you this is your heart, well, my heart, and it's just boom, boom, boom. I mean, all the time. And that like I'm playing at the gym or whatever.
Right.
This is
natural
just
state, my resting state. Right.
And it's loud, not physical.
Yeah.
And so the third day I took it, 10, 15 minutes after, it's like doom, 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 doom. And I was like, this is how my
I'm supposed to be, right?
It's supposed to beat.
That's crazy.
I was like, wow.
I will never forget that statement my son said. He said, we get so used to living in dysfunction, it feels normal.
Yes.
And so the fact that you are surprised with the normal heartbeat is insane.
It's like my heart got quiet. At first, it's doo-doo.
It was like, oh, okay, I'm good. I can rest now.
The regular. And so a month or two after that, it kept descending down. And until it's like 130, 129. So I was like, listen, I'm a witness.
Oh my goodness, physical and all.
Yeah, and something else is that changing your height is great, but you have to change your lifestyle too.
I don't want to hear that.
You have to change your lifestyle too. You have to listen, for people going through high blood pressure, rest. You need to rest.
Look at the camera, don't look at me.
You need to rest.
I know.
You
This
need
man.
to
4 hours of sleep is like
No,
my most. It's so funny because it's like
that
that is like my body wakes back up. So went back to my mother. She's a natural birth, so she has her tincture that she makes. It's about 7 different herbs for all this stuff, help her to rest and all that.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm fine. I get 4 hours. I'm good. You know, I'm still tired because Sunday I sleep all day. Anyway, so my mother gave it to me and she's like, just take a drop. So I did, and my body slept for 8. I went to bed at 7:30. Never in life have I 7:30. I didn't wake back up until 6 a.m. When I say that, I am 47. I have never. When I say a sleeping pill I have never had that much sleep, like rest. Like I woke up and I was okay. And like I said, you don't feel until you realize what it feels like to be rested. I got up, I was accomplished. I was like, this is what rest feels like. Like I don't have to feel psychotic just by resting. Just by resting. And so speaking of, how's your blood pressure now?
It's like it's between like 130, you know. You take it regularly, so we good. Changes.
That's
now.
Okay though, but 130 is way better than.
Oh yeah, then 180, 190. That was normal.
And being okay.
Yeah, and they say sleep is extremely important. I gotta work on that.
Yeah.
Sometimes I want to go in, and so last night I got some beautiful rest.
Yay, good.
Beautiful rest.
Sabbath rest is different too.
Yes, it is. And something else with high blood pressure, I harp on that because that affects
us so much.
A lot. We lack potassium and magnesium. Those two. Let me tell you.
Culturally and diet.
I take these they're like some salt chews. It's like
which one?
candy.
Which one? Potassium or magnesium? Magnesium is for us. When I say 2 pills a night, that's the best sleep I ever had.
Yes.
I don't know what it does for your body, but it is a magnesium at night. It is wonderful. For your body hurting, like I don't know. It's funny how. So we talk about our parents. Like, why do we talk about their ailments? And as me being 47, I really believe, looking back, they were just surprised of the ailments.
Yeah.
Because I'm getting up, I'm like, why am I hurting? Why is my knees? And you think about that, and you're like, why are they constantly talking about that? It's not that, but at this age, when you don't have to hurt, you jump up. Yeah. Now your body's like, no, that's not what you're doing today. But it also has to do with your diet.
Yeah, the potassium and the magnesium. So those little salt chews, I promise you, after about 7 minutes, my eyes are like,
nice.
It literally makes you go to sleep.
Oh, I love it.
And that'd be the most.
And where are they?
Whole Foods.
Okay.
I'm gonna need.
So it's magnesium by itself, or is it magnesium and potassium?
It's magnesium by itself. And so I've been eating more bananas.
Yeah, definitely.
Coconut water is very high.
That was really good.
Higher than bananas.
Really?
Yeah.
That's probably more palatable for me because I like bananas, but coconut water is definitely more palatable for me.
I want to eat bananas.
All day. Disclaimer. Yeah, we don't want to eat bananas.
Something else that is connected to high blood pressure is your cortisol levels.
That I've been hearing a lot about.
They tend to get high, especially in your 40s.
Yeah, I hear a lot about that. I don't know much about it. They talk about it relating to stress, and I'm like, listen, that's just.
I know mushroom coffee helps.
Really?
And nitric oxide. When you getting close to 40, your heart is active, and so your nitric oxide isn't as high in your body.
Okay.
And so, who eats beets? You know what I'm saying?
So I just bought beet powder, and I have about to make me some pills because I'm like, I know I need to adjust some smell of beets.
Yeah.
But no, I was just saying that, like, they are so rich in things that we need.
Oh, yeah.
Beets are,
Yeah.
it's so, like, my
Very
mother, she
rich.
makes salad dressing out
It's
of it.
good for your blood.
It's wonderful,
Yeah.
wonderful, but I know I can't stomach the taste.
I don't mind beets. It's just eating
The
them.
smell makes me bad, but
And then prunes too. See, the older generation, they knew.
yes, they did. They did, and they
It was
did.
like,
They did.
You better
That's
eat
what you
these
did.
beets
Eat
and
this,
prunes.
yes, and you did, and they did well.
Yeah.
And so we have to do that. And we have to be conscious of our health and our body.
Education is so important.
Yeah.
And I'm just finding out. Because, see, I think in our minds, we still think that we're 20.
Oh, full fledged. What you mean?
18.
I looked in the mirror and saw 3 gray hairs, and I was upset. I was upset. I was like, my friends look old. I don't look old. I'm not.
And I'm like, I still.
Like, you'll be 50 tomorrow. You do know that,
I
right?
still feel like.
I don't feel like that until. This is the funny part. Okay, I'm gonna say this. This is so off topic, but I was like, I woke up and I was hurting like my knees, and I was like, what did you eat yesterday? So my Achilles heel is the bad thing I shouldn't eat, but it's a pack and it's like 50 cents at the store, and I eat it, and I know I'm not supposed to. We're not gonna talk about it.
Okay.
But I eat it anytime I eat white rice or those noodles. I wake up in pain.
Really?
Pain.
Your body will
Pain.
tell you.
So it's like either you want to be stupid or you want to not be in pain. But I was like, that lets me know that I'm 47 because otherwise I would not gonna have problems like that. But immediately after you eat something, I can tell the difference.
Okay.
When I go to my mother's house and I eat right, I have no problems.
Yeah, you feel better.
You feel better. And so it's like, why do that? The itis is real. Yes, you don't have the itis. The itis is real.
It is.
But you know what I did learn from a nutritionist? We get so used to that, am I saying it right, the satiation feeling where you have to feel Thanksgiving full to feel like you're full.
Yeah.
And that's not real. You're supposed to eat till you're satisfied, not till you can't move.
Yeah.
And because we are used to that, we have to condition ourselves and your microbiome, which is huge now. And people are learning so much about that.
Yeah.
Please, if you're listening, go Google your microbiome. It'll give you a whole nother education. There are more receptors going from your gut to your brain than your brain to your gut. I'm like, when I started studying, I just started learning about it. I didn't know. And it's so much. Anyway, off topic.
No.
Back to
This is called the health event.
It is.
This is what we talk about here.
But it is so important to even learn about the microbiome because the things we say, oh, why am I craving this? But when you fully understand, it's not only that you're craving it, but you have created that that environment in your stomach. So you've told your body what for you to crave. And so if you can reset your gut for 30 days, it will change so much. And like I said, I know better. Still working on doing better. But I know what to do. But just researching that is so important. It'll give you so much information on getting started. And I am going to get started with meal prep from Chef Smith. Hopefully next week or two.
And so, speaking on that same thing, the gut and the brain, that connection, they say the gut is your second brain.
Right. But it's
and just think about this. If you ate some food that's bad, if you sent some food that's bad to your gut, it's going to tell your brain something's wrong. And so your gut and your brain is saying, hey, bad food, I'm sick, food poisoning or whatever. So there's always been that connection.
always.
It's just that we're now finding out, even though we got all this technology.
They're just not understanding that this is, and not only that, they found out that when you having a C-section and natural births are so different with your gut health, but when you tell your body, if your body's telling you this is wrong, but you keep feeding your body that thing that is wrong, now your body's saying, okay, so I was mistaken, this is good. So then it's now your stomach has acquiesced to all the garbage that you fed it. And so now it's like, okay, we're going to eat this. And so that's when I've learned about, when I was dealing with the trainer, that you reach a plateau. Like my body right now, it don't matter, y'all don't know me. Right now, I'm about 280 pounds. I'm like about almost 300. So when I lose weight and I get down to 250, my body's like, okay, that's good. We can't go no further. because it's like, this is as much as I let you lose. We need to get back that fat. So now it's like for the week after that, when I don't think about it, I will crave all the fat stuff because your body's like, wait, we're losing. What do you mean? I need to get back to this level. So that your body's like, I need to get back to where I'm comfortable. This is the comfort of, I want to say, saturation of bad stuff, but this is the comfort level that we're used to. So you have to get over that. Your body has to get over that to even go further. And so you have to reframe your body. You have to reframe your gut and give your body healthy concepts and information. So tomorrow, you need to come down from 12 to 6 to get information on things you know and things that you don't know about your health. To get education, to get taste, to get other things that you put on the outside of your body, because not understanding things you put on your face and your body go into your system. So it's important that your products are natural, as well as your hair products, as well as your soap, as well as your food, because you're ingesting all of it together.
Yeah. And also, my last thing are cravings. I found out this about 6, 7 years ago. Your body's craving things because it's lacking things. Is lacking vitamins. Like I think if you're craving chocolate, you're lacking vitamin K.
Okay.
I actually have a chart on this.
Awesome.
I need to start putting my stuff
Yes,
back out
the
too.
chart will be here tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe.
A picture that you can take.
Hey, there you go. That will be here tomorrow. But that's important.
Yes.
For at least to have the information. Information is so important.
It's powerful.
It's so important. But yes. Please, we hope to see you tomorrow. Not going to hope. We're not going to say that. We will see you tomorrow. From noon to 6. Bring a friend or several. Whether you need to bring their younger children or even your parents. Someone with you who doesn't have an understanding of health, who believes eating healthy is too expensive, to believe eating healthy is unattainable, someone who's been talking about it but never really done anything. Bring them and bring you, because the cost of the health event is
free 99.
There you go. It's free 99. Come. Be prepared to shop. We have wonderful, wonderful, wonderful vendors, and talk to them. Ask them questions about what made them get started, why are they doing it, and what's in their products. They're very, very willing to share. We definitely will see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say to me?
That's about it. Praying for Tim Warrior. Jesus decides to.
Well, hey, definitely. If you want to participate. Yeah.
Next year is gonna be bigger and better.
Always.
So yeah, each year I've been building, and so I've seen the growth. I've seen the education, and just where it's going. Because at first it wasn't going online.
Right, which is awesome.
Then COVID came, and it's like
you have
don't have a choice but to do
right,
it
you have to.
online.
Right, you have to connect. Yes.
But I think that's important for the people who can't come.
It is.
The education. But that's all I got.
Awesome. Thank you for being with us. I am Desiree Flanoy, and this is Chef Smith, and we hope to see you tomorrow at the health event. And if you are hearing this after the health event has happened, how can they connect with you?
They can connect with me. I have a page on Facebook, Heaven's Healthy Kitchen. I'm also on YouTube. I have a YouTube page, Heaven's Healthy Kitchen. Instagram, Heaven's Healthy Kitchen. TikTok, Heaven's Healthy Kitchen. Snapchat, Heaven's Healthy Kitchen. X, Heaven's Healthy K. Ah, see? Got you on.
There you go.
Heaven's Healthy K. And so, that's how you can reach me. I'm online.
And if they ever want to taste Heaven's Healthy Kitchen.
If you ever want to taste, come to Huntsville, Alabama, Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays.
There you go.
I am open. Come through 12 to 7. Fridays I close early, and observance for the Sabbath is 11 a.m. to 3.
Awesome. Definitely connect with Heaven's Healthy Kitchen, and we will see you tomorrow. Other than that, have an absolutely amazing day.
Thank y'all. I don't know how to end it. How do I end it on YouTube? Oh, just hit the X. I don't know.